Hello and welcome to Warcraft Daily for today, the 6th of June 2013. In today's news we have blue posts, blue tweets, and a schedule for the raid testing that is coming up soon. So the first thing is the raid testing. Now the Shav Pride and Iron Juggernaut are going to be tested on Monday the 8th of July. So there you go. Now for blue posts, there's been a lot of talk about the quality of the armor sets, and I've noticed this in my videos as well. A lot of people have been very critical. And I think, there's a whole bunch of roles that come into it. But they definitely do have a point in that a lot of people think it's been a pretty shit tier so far. So the first thing I'm going to say is nostalgia plays a big role into it, and I think Blizzard would definitely agree. That's shown by the fact that a lot of the transmogged armor is BC and vanilla, and well, essentially back then armor had a lot more color to it. Red was red, violet was violet, green was green, etc. And since then, they've got a lot more faded, and you can see, like, the poly count's way better, the resolution of the textures is way better, the shading's way better, but the armor the colors are very faded. Now, back in the day, I remember a lot of people, like, armor was very, very divisive. There's people, they had one camp of people saying, "Ugh, this is like fucking clown armor," and then there was other people saying that, it just looked awesome, and I think there was definitely a pretty high variation between awesome armor and shitty armor. But now I think it's really changed to the fact where a lot of armor is just kind of meh. Even the good stuff is not really that excellent by the standards of the highest quality tiers of old. And I really think that if they started doing more sort of tiers in the similar style to Vanilla and the Burning Crusade, so that style but then kept the same high quality, high resolution and well shaded version, armor art that they have today, I think it would look very good. But it's quite interesting. Now, of course, their transmog stats do say that Vanilla and Burning Crusade armor is the most popular, and that definitely seems obvious to me. They said that back in the day that armor was actually really hard to get, and this was true. And nowadays, because people can just go back and get the stuff easily, it perhaps feels like they're getting something they weren't able to before. So it still feels new and interesting, and that could possibly contribute to it. But yeah, it's interesting. Please let me know what you think in the comments about armor, especially those of you who played back in the Burning Crusade and Vanilla. I myself came in about halfway through TBC. Now for blue tweets. So there's been a whole bunch in the PTR, and basically the main thing to take away is it's a test, public test realm, testing. Numbers aren't final, abilities aren't final, spells aren't final, everything is not final. And a lot of people have been taking every single update where they do a massive tweak in numbers or they don't touch something to be, oh my god, Blizzard's ruining the game. That's not true, and there will be a lot more refining as we go on. And this is speaking as a hunter. We've had very wide sweeping changes that are not very popular within hunters, but I still am confident that they won't affect our DPS in PvE, which is the main thing people are worried about, because it doesn't need to be nerfed. But I'm confident that as they tweak numbers going forward, it should be fine. So hold off your judgment until we reach the later phases of the PTR. Now the next thing is about character stuff. So the Valor of the Ancients buff, which gives you 50% more Valor, isn't cross-realm due to tech. They think that suggestions for armor themes are worth more than the armor itself because art is subjective, and I think that's definitely true, and I agree. We can't, art is subjective, it's just the nature of the beast, really. Rather interestingly, they said that their grand plan with the legendary Cloak has not really came to fruition yet, and as 5.4 comes closer, we'll see more of it, so that's pretty cool. They also said that making the cloaks non-unique is something that's still on the table. This would be catering to hybrids, because if you can only get, say, the strength cloak and you were paladin, well, if you want off-heal, then you're a bit boned, aren't you? So I think that's pretty cool. They also said that cross-faction raids are not going to happen because it's against the spirit of the game, I think, obviously. And that the loot system in Flex is the way it is because they don't have tech to scale the number of loot given dynamically. Now that's really it for the show. I'm going to put the 5.3 hotfixes up in the background while I do the outro. So there's only really been one video a day for Friday and today being Saturday. And pretty much family shit happened and I was really busy. But the good news now is that I have 2 weeks of being completely free. I plan to live stream some stuff, hopefully be doing 2 videos a day. Lots of stuff, it should be very good. So yes, watch this space. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.